Now let's go into the psychology of a leader that would do this to someone. Why? What's the incentive? Talk about a narcissist. Yeah. Obama thought he'd play God. And narcissists do also have a propensity to do harm to others. Well, let's look at his track record. This is a man that has found that if you are not on American soil, he is able to target you with drones. He's killed a lot of people, you guys. Let's be real. So, is he a murderer? Yeah. Under political context, yes. Is he willing to go that route? Yes. Okay. This is a man who put on huge airs and promises and didn't come through on a lot of them. He can make whatever excuses he wants. Part of it was him. So this is a man that will play up who he is in order to get what he wants. Now, why, oh why, if I've proven so many times that people lie, would you keep me in a harmful situation? You keep chalking up to, well, people lie. Well, then why am I being held responsible for other people's actions, which I am? If I don't catch each lie, then my life has to be damaged and ended? No, I am not responsible for other people's actions. You are, though. Why? Because you're intentionally doing shit psychology. I know you know better. I know you know better. It takes 10 seconds to look up my name and date of birth. You have super internet. You could find any original images you want when they were posted. It's simple. You could investigate Sterling. You could seriously walk into their house and go, Jesus Christ, the floor structure is exactly what she said, and be done with this. But you won't. Why? Well, you are sitting there giving speeches about New World Order this, New World Order that. Okay? So I know your team affiliation is pretty obvious. You're also a coward. That's been obvious too. You're a fearful man. You're a fearful man. I'm not saying you're not. You were a good man. I don't know that's the word for you anymore. But don't say you don't have goodness or a heart to you. It's just to say it does not define you. So, and that could very much have to do with the fact that you didn't have a father around. You were raised by a single mother. Maybe you never really learned how to be a man. I'm not saying you can't be a good husband. I'm not saying you can't be a good father. I'm just saying maybe there's a part of you that's not complete. More so, what did you issue? You issued, battery saver. You issued shit psychology. Now, as we know from even quantum physics, even particles, when watched, act differently. So, all these people that are aware that they're being watched, I'm supposed to not be aware, right? I'm supposed to be a dumb bitch. They're going to act differently. If even particles do it, then they are going to do it. They are particles too, but beyond that, they're people. They have egos. Everyone wants a story. Have you ever noticed what happens with celebrities? Whenever someone meets one, they've always got some story. There could have been that person probably came up was like whatever, dipped a chip in dip and walked away. But now they've got a story. Oh, they were so nice. Oh, they were so rude. Oh, and it's always this exaggeration. Why? It's a feeling of self-importance about having a story to tell about the celebrity, right? Right. So these people that are coming up knowing they're going to act differently because it is an act, and by default it is an act, and by default it is a lie because they're already lying to me when they come up. And what is it going to do? Well, it's going to put them in a position of power and authority in which they get to say whatever they want and people want a story. So even with economic incentive aside and Sterling aside, you're already going to see a propensity to do this. Yes, this is shit psychology, which is why I'm like this. No, I mean, this is obviously just designed to make me fail. So by putting this person in a position of power where they get to turn around and tell the whole world what they thought of me without me hearing it, it's going to create a shit show, which it has. People are going to shit talk when it's not real, or they're going to want to say something more interesting, or they're going to enjoy their 15 minutes of fame, which ironically is exactly what you're trying to deprive me of by saying that I'm not famous when I'm worldwide famous, and in every country I've gone to, someone has inevitably thanked me for making my videos. Thank you guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. There's all kinds of nicknames for me. Some on my side, some on your side. Yeah. Tags and to swag and just the whole thing is so fucking obvious. It's why it's so stupid. But also, I'm going to act differently, right? Yeah, sure. Sure, I'm being watched 24/7. You think that it's gotten to the point where I kind of don't care. I have to in order to just go about my day. But how can you argue it's not changing the whole thing? So it's intentionally sick psychology, sociology that's supposed to be distant enough for people to run the telephone game and say whatever misinformation they need to say, and close enough to watch me enough to other me and alienate me and turn me into some freak show project in which I am completely dehumanized. The intention, of course, being that when you dehumanize someone with slander and, I don't know, watching them shit, which is a dehumanizing act that they do use in places like Guantanamo, another promise failed by the leader to shut down, it's dehumanizing. And when people do that, especially when